Well, hello there, everyone. So, we decided at the last minute to jump over from our Garden Gigs 360 app into YouTube because I said to myself, you know what, maybe more people need this, and perhaps you're not inside our app right now, you're not inside our membership. And I said, you know, it's probably best if we make sure that I give as many people as possible access to this information as it is right before Black Friday, is right before Cyber Monday, and maybe you're a creator who's struggling right now with the idea of what in the world do I offer? Do I have anything to offer? Does it make any sense for me to make an offer right now? So, you know what? Let's just get right to it. Let's get right to the fact that creators like you and I usually feel that there's so much competition. Right now, your inbox is probably flooded with Black Friday deals, Cyber Monday deals. I mean, that's just the way it is around this time of year, right? Thanksgiving is right around the corner. We all know what's coming with Christmas. And it is just the nature of the economy, I think around the world, but especially in America, that we go into overdrive when it comes to Black Friday. And it makes up for some, businesses 50, 60% of their entire year's income and revenue can be made up just in a few days, which is why there's so much pressure for everyone to sell during this time. But as a faith focused creator, you might say, I don't know what to sell. I don't know what to do. So, what I'm going to do with this quick workshop is walk you through how I'm designing my own Black Friday, Cyber Monday offer and kind of give you guys some advice. And that goes to anyone that's watching, especially to our 360 Gold members. And if you're not familiar to what that is, that's our app. That's also our membership. It's also our hub. Basically, everything that we have, our trainings, our Creator Resource Center, all goes inside of the 360 community that we have. And so I'll see if I can pull up some of our slides just so you guys can see some of that. Let's see if I pull over there. There we go. So you guys can at least see where this normally goes is inside our app, which once again has been a blessing to have a hub, a membership outside of Facebook where we can do everything that we're doing as a community. And I'm so glad that they have been asking for this. They've been asking for a workshop on this. And we have these calls that we have each 2 times a month with our gold creators. That's where we have these coaching calls. And of course, we also have, let me see over here. Oh, well, I don't have that slide with me today. That's the slide where I want to show you the 2 different tiers, which are the Creator Resource Center and our Gold Call that you just saw. So the Creator Resource Center is everything that we share in terms of our trainings. And then our 360 Gold is where we do our bi-weekly coaching calls, which has a live component. So I just wanted to give you a quick look at what that is. But we're here to talk about the Black Friday deal. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And that way you guys will see kind of what I'm building even as I'm building it. So one of the things that most of us creators really do struggle with is the packaging of an offer. So I'm not an expert in packaging an offer. So what I did was I looked at some people who are experts in packaging offers, and that includes a certain young man by the name of Alex Hormozy, who's famous all over the world in terms of his marketing skills. And I'm not into everything that Alex Hormozy does, but when it comes to packaging offers, like he clearly knows what he's doing. And so I decided, you know what? Let me just go ahead and go with the expert in this particular area. And I will try to use his mentality in terms of building an offer. Excuse me. So sorry, I don't have my water with me. So let's go ahead and get to your screen. And so here you can see the back end of my Kit account. Kit is my email first operating system. By the way, if you're watching right now and you would like to get into Kit, you don't have a email service or you need to use your email service better, you really, 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 really should consider Kit, especially because we have a special deal right now that's offered only to our members and only to people in our community, which is super cool. If you want to see that, you're going to go to GothamGigs.com/kit/or-Black Friday. So if you want to check that out, this is where you go. Okay. And you can actually get 60% off their monthly plan I believe it's 30% off their annual plan. All of that before I think Cyber Monday or Tuesday is when this offer expires. So I highly advise you, if you want to use services like this to create your Black Friday offer, you might want to jump in right away and get that offer for yourself so you can use things like this to build your offer. So as you can see, this is my page here of all my products, some of my music products here, my devotional, my Start Your Next Creative Idea, the Consistent Creative Challenge DIY. And here's where I am starting to build the Black Friday offer that I'm working on. As you can see, still got all the Latin on it, right? I haven't done anything yet to help to build it yet, but I'm still working on that. And this is what I want you to see first, is the parts of a plan or parts of an offer. So we're going to go over here to settings and the product details. So inside the product details, obviously you have to have your name. And one of the things about the name, right now it's called the 2026 Christian Creative Mastery Plan. And one of the things about the name of the offer, and that Alex Hormozi says a lot, is that you want something that kind of gives the person that is buying a sense of what they will accomplish, what this will be. So everyone has a name for their bundle, right? That's so common to have a name for the bundle that you're creating. And so one thing you can do as you're packaging an offer is to think about, number one, what have people asked you for over the year that you could provide? What's something that in your art, something that someone has said, oh my gosh, I love that. And you're thinking to yourself, what if I took this thing that did the best, that got the most attention, and made it into something that's a bundle or a value stack, as it's called. So I stack up the value of this thing and add it into my plan, or add it into my bundle, or add it into my Black Friday, Cyber Monday offer. So one thing that you can do right away, if you're not sure of what to sell or what to do, is just to look for the thing throughout the year that got the most attention or got the most buzz, and just say, how can I create an offer out of this? Now, it may not have been something that you were even selling. Excuse me. It may have been something that you weren't even selling. But now, as you come up on this Black Friday weekend, you're thinking, what if I could create something that people would want around this time? So a good example is, for me, sorry, I'm losing my voice all of a sudden. I've been talking, I guess. So for me, it might be in terms of things that have gotten a lot of attention, have been our social media discussions. As a matter of fact, I sent out an email to many of you in the group, and I asked you, hey, what do you need most? And many said, I'm having trouble showing up on social media. And so one of the things that I said, you know what might work really well, and I'm going to do this literally right in front of you guys here, is start to create, let's do a numbered list, not numbered list, where is it? Unordered list. So we're going to do some stacking up some things that I could offer, like a 30-day social media post sprint. And what the posting sprint for me is, and it would be, let's see if I can do this, would be to prepare all of your, a month, or let's just say a month, prepare a month's worth of post in advance so you can be free to focus on your creative work. So that to me is just something that someone has already said they wanted. So we're going to create that, and we're going to add this to the plan of the Black Friday offer. The thing is, as you can probably guess, is that I haven't necessarily built all this out yet, and that's okay. As we're building this out, I'm going to create the templates. I'm going to create everything that people say they want. So this is not something where I have to do all of the work before it's ready. One thing that a lot of creators get in trouble with is that we do so much work, we create all of this material, and then we try to sell it and people don't necessarily want it. And that becomes a really, really scary, because now you've done a lot of work And you're like, what if nobody buys it? But if you prepare the offer and you say, if you buy this, we'll make it directly for you. I don't know what 30 days of post looks like for somebody, but if I can walk them through it, they're going to get exactly what they paid for. And so I can kind of, in a sense, pre-sell this mastery plan for 2026 and say, hey, if you go ahead and dive in now, you can have your 30 days of post. And then you can follow that same template, like a monthly template every month for 12 months. And now your social media is no longer an issue. And we can walk this through like by the end of December, before the holidays, we can have you basically ready for January. So this is the idea that I want you to think of: what inside your creative program, your platform, can you already do that would solve someone's issue or create some joy for them? Songwriters, I know singers, sometimes we struggle with this as well. Can you give people access to your songwriting sessions? Can you give them bonus access to new songs that you've written before they're even ready? Think about things like this where you can give people an inside look into your business or into your creative life and package that and give them value. So that's the first thing I'm added. Now, some other things that I'm stacking in terms of this offer is access to our Creator Resource Center. And that has all of our videos, all of our videos, all of our trainings over the last, all of our templates, all trainings, videos, or tutorials, can't spell today, and templates for building a powerful creative platform. Okay, so there you have there. Let's just make this a little prettier. So as you can see, I'm just slowly building up this offer stack or this value stack. Okay, so all of that's going to be prepared again, and that's where I'm coming up with the ideas for this plan for this Black Friday offer. You know, as a matter of fact, even in the title, I should probably put the Black Friday Cyber Monday Okay, so now I've added a little bit of, context there, right? And no, we're not going to do capitalization, lowercase. We're going to keep it like that. So here, that's just a couple of things. We're also going to add in, let's add in our cash flow, our 21-day cash flow fast track. And that's a product that again, something we already have inside the membership, but I'm just going to add it so that people have yet more value in this one bundle. So when they see this, they're saying, wait a minute, I'm getting the first thing that I really want to answer to my question is, how do I show up on social media? And I'm getting all these other resources, and I'm getting help with my cash flow. So that's, again, something that I really believe, a system for building your first or next creative product that can earn revenue right away. Okay, so once again, you can see how I'm just building this out one at a time. Another thing we can add in, some people have asked me about getting booked for gigs. So we're going to create a booked and blessed 5-day challenge book your next gig Okay, so this is where, again, someone has asked for help with this, and so we're going to create a challenge about it. So this is where, like I said, this is just the thought process behind building an offer. You may not have all of these things in your particular offer stack. You may not feel like you have access to all these things. There is something though inside of your business, inside of your creative work, that you can say, hey, if I just offer this and build value around these different pieces, and maybe it's not as many pieces, maybe it's just one, but then you have these two options. You can either discount, right, which means brings the prices down, or you can create bonuses like I'm kind of doing here. And as you create bonuses, you then can keep your price the same, but then add in more things. So it has kind of like the same idea as a discount where you think things are for free, but it keeps you from having to lower your prices. And one thing I'm definitely trying not to do this year is I'm trying not to focus so much on creating discounts where I lower the price, but rather increase the value. So you still get more for less, but I don't always lower my prices in order to attract people, because I feel like that creates kind of an unfair situation for people who already paid. So I like to create more value where as you come in, there's more value to be had, but you're not paying less than the people who came in before. So that is kind of how we build a first kind of ideas of a Black Friday offer. And now is the other part. So I have the offer stack. So I'm stacking up these different things. And then on top of that, I'm also trying to create scarcity. So scarcity comes, of course, with how many are available, right? So that scarcity can also be time bound in terms of this is only available for a limited time. You guys are very familiar with that with Cyber Monday and Black Friday. They say, oh, you only have a certain amount of time to do this and you got to get it before Cyber Monday or whatever. So, of course, for this, you can say something like here where I could say, in just 1 week, let's finish this up. Okay, and then also, let's see, let me go down here. Was it offer expires? And I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to go all the way to December. What would be the actual date? I got to look at my calendar. What would be the Friday? Because most people finish on Cyber Monday. But me personally, I feel like if you kind of go past what everybody else is doing, you give people more time and there's a little more space for people to respond. So is this 2026? Yeah, so the 5th. So we're going to give people all the way till Friday. I'm going to give them an entire week to jump into this. But this still, and I can create a countdown here. This is all being done inside Kit once again. So we're going to give them all the way till, we'll give them till midnight on, it's the same thing, GodGigs.com. Actually, no, we don't want to turn it back. We'll just leave that open. So midnight will be actually the 6th at midnight. Let's make it red for now. Wait, red? What is red? There we go. I didn't change the red. There it goes. So there's the countdown. So there's your scarcity. This is only going to be available right now for 10 days, but of course it's not going to go live right away. We won't go live until probably Friday or maybe Thursday night. I'll let this go live. Okay. So as you can see, I've just built out, just in a few minutes, a plan for my Black Friday offer. Obviously a lot of stuff, I could do different pictures here in Kit. We can add something that, I guess I have some of my common pictures here that I could use from Kit. I'm going to try my best not to focus on all of the branding and stuff, but obviously, you want to have good branding for your stuff. The cool thing about Kit is that you can actually go into Canva directly and I could find something that I can use that I've already made from all of these Canva designs. Matter of fact, let's look. Black Friday. Have I done one before? Look at that. Here are my old Black Friday ones. So I could actually, for now, just as a placeholder, we're not doing Black Friday forever this time, but I'm going to use this one. Yeah, as you can see, I can probably change this up a little bit, but I just want to show you how easy it is to create this offer. And of course, I'll have more stuff around here, but I want you to focus on what to share, what to create. And as again, as you can see, why I'm doing it here on Kit is because it's so easy for me to quickly create this and save it and publish it. So that's my quick kind of sharing of how to create an offer, how to think about a Black Friday offer, the scarcity, the stacking of the offers, and especially for us as creators, once again, what do I actually make that could actually like really impact my people? And most importantly, I think most of us have to struggle with this. Go ahead and show up. Do not think just because you're not a Walmart, you're not a Amazon, do not assume that you shouldn't show up for your people with an offer, because you'll never know who would have responded if you don't do it. So go ahead, make the offer, put the stack together, put it out there. There are other different payment things you can use if you don't have Kit, PayPal, and so on, that you can make offers where people can pay. But I'm really, really encouraging my fellow creators, don't sit back on the holiday. Don't sit back on this shopping weekend where everybody's out creating, because somebody might want to bless you and need to be blessed by your product, by your services, by your creative work. And if you just think of it in terms of stacking things that already make sense to you and creating it in a way that gives value to the people that are looking for deals right now, and this might be the exact right time that they want to see what you are offering. Of course, you want to do this through email. Social media is definitely tough right around now, and ads are very expensive, but you can do that if you want to buy ads. But we can talk about that inside the membership if you'd like to do more discussion. But I wanted to make sure I showed up for you guys, gave you this little tour of a Black Friday offer. And if you have any other questions, if you're inside the membership, make sure that you send comments underneath this. It'll be right there inside the membership. And throughout Thanksgiving weekend, of course, we won't be checking in as much, but I will be checking in every once in a while to see if I can help you. And again, go ahead. This doesn't take long, but you got to think it through. Once you think it through, you should have something ready, easy to put out, to send out to your people and see if they want to bless you and to connect with your business, with your creative platform, or with your mission. Okay, God bless you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been a really cool, fun little workshop that we did. So I'm glad that we did it, even though we had to jump in right before the holidays. Let's see. Up. Can't do that video clip right there. I was trying to say goodbye and I couldn't do it. All right. Well, anyway, thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, continue to become the creative that you were created to be. God bless.